Standing at almost 9 kilometers above sea level, Mount Everest is the world's highest peak. It has been the dream of many mountaineers to successfully scale it, but not without danger. This deadly mountain is known as the Death Zone, where only a fraction of those who dare to step foot on it ever return alive. To date, more than 300 people have died trying to conquer the Everest. But what happens when the victim succumbs to death at such an altitude? Are their bodies left to become part of the mountain, or do they disappear into thin air? In today's video, we are going to talk about some of the most unexplained mysteries of the tallest mountain in the world, and what might really happen to those who die on the Everest. George Mallory was an English mountaineer. His obsession with Mount Everest led him to 3 expeditions to Tibet between 1921 and 1922, each time trying to get closer to the mountain. On May 1924, he began his final attempt to reach the top of the Everest with his climbing partner, Andrew Irvine. The two men planned to camp out at 7,600 meters and then start their final ascent at midnight, so they would reach the top at around noon, when the weather is usually best. But after this point, no one knows what exactly happened to the two. They were never seen again. In 1999, Mallory's frozen body was discovered at the foot of the Northeast Ridge, which was the route he had planned to take. But there was no sign of Irvine or any indication of whether they had made it to the summit or not. After his death, rumors began to circulate that he had actually reached the summit in 1924, making him the first person to do so. However, his body, and Irvine's body, and the camera that might have captured the moment was still missing. There was no way to tell for sure until the camera was found. And even after Mallory's body was discovered, the search for his camera continued for years. Eventually, in 2000, Conrad Anker, an American mountaineer, found the camera. Upon further inspection, it was clear that the film had been ruined due to moisture. But Anker continued to search for the film in the hope that it could still be developed. Finally, on May 1st, 2019, 95 years after Mallory's failed expedition, the photo was finally developed, revealing a snowy landscape and 2 dark human figures standing next to each other. The question now is, could this photo possibly show Mallory and Irvine on the summit? Or does it prove that they didn't make it? Sadly, there's no way to know for sure. While the Mallory mystery is perhaps the most famous, he isn't the only one. Ever since the 1920s, more than 200 explorers have vanished on Everest. In 1996, a group of climbers got caught in a sudden storm while descending from the south summit. The story of the tragedy was later written down by one of the survivors, Anatoly Bukrev. Bukrev, along with Beckweathers, were accused of abandoning their clients and teammates as the storm hit, and they ran for their own lives. But the fact that the incident occurred at night added to the mysterious element of the case. Just before the storm struck, Beckweathers was declared dead. But when his team returned to look for his body, he was gone. He had somehow managed to descend several thousand feet in the dark and freezing cold, but his body was never recovered. Another case was that of a Dutch climber named Gerrit Jan van den Boogaard, who disappeared in 2008. He was descending the south side of the mountain when contact was lost. Despite extensive searches, no trace of him or his body was ever found. Some say he may have fallen victim to an avalanche, while others believe that he may have become another victim of the mysterious ghosts of Everest. In 1998, an Irish climber named Ronan O'Leary perished on the south side of the mountain. His body was eventually found and brought down the mountain, but not before being stuck on the mountain for several months. During this time, the temperature can reach below 60 degrees Celsius. It's causing the body to become dehydrated and mummified. Mummies, however, don't always stay put. After spending several months on Everest, O'Leary's body began to bloat and break down, causing him to slip from his resting place. He slid 300 feet down the mountain, stopping only when he hit a rock face. This strange occurrence earned him the title of the Ghost of Everest. But he's not the only one. Some climbers claim that they have seen the ghosts of other victims wandering the trails, while others say they have heard strange cries in the middle of the night that do not seem to come from any living person. At 8,000 meters, a little over halfway up the southeast ridge of the mountain, lies a small cave. Inside of it rests a pair of green mountaineering boots, which is how it got its name, Green Boots. But the boots are only the beginning of the mystery. The cave also contains the frozen corpse of Suong Paljur, 39-year-old Indian mountaineer who died on October 1996, trying to scale the mountain. His body had become wedged in the cave. Unable to move forward or backwards, he sadly died of exhaustion. Ever since, the cave has become a sort of landmark for climbers attempting to reach the top of the mountain. Many pass by his body every year, and some even take photos with it. Because of this, his remains are some of the most intact remains of anyone who has died on the mountain. Some have argued that the body should be removed, while others have said that he has become part of the mountain and should be left alone. It's important to note that those who go missing on Everest aren't just the ones who try to climb it. Some vanish while doing seemingly routine tasks. For example, in 2014, a 33-year-old cameraman named Maria Sturm was working with a crew filming a documentary on Mount Everest. She was on her way to the base camp when she suddenly disappeared. She was last seen walking behind her husband, but when he turned around, she was gone. Her body has never been recovered. Similarly, a Swiss climber named Christian Streif was busy installing ropes on the second highest point on the mountain when he suddenly went missing. No one knows exactly what happened to him, although some believe he may have been blown off the mountain by strong winds, while others believe that he may have been taken by the Yeti. Speaking of the Yeti, it's hard to talk about Mount Everest without mentioning the legendary beast. According to local Sherpa legend, the Yeti, also called the Abominable Snowman, lives among the ice and snow of the Himalayas. Sightings of the creature date back to the early 1900s, when British explorer Sir Edmund Hillary claimed to see footprints in the snow that didn't look human. Since then, there have been dozens of alleged sightings of the Yeti. One of the most famous was in 1960 when a member of a French expedition took a photo of a strange, hairy humanoid creature. While skeptics argued that the photo was likely a hoax, others believe it could be proof of the elusive beast. Since then, many Western expeditions have searched for the Yeti on Everest, but none have ever found any real evidence of its existence. So what really happens to people who die on Mount Everest? With all the stories of unexplainable occurrences on the mountain, it's hard not to wonder if there's something else at work here. Some believe that the mountain is haunted by the ghosts of climbers who have died trying to reach the summit. Others believe that the Yeti may be to blame. Whatever the case may be, these stories are sure to keep us guessing for years to come. Could there be more to Everest than meets the eye? Maybe it's not just a mountain. Perhaps there are hidden caves filled with ancient relics or even secret portals to other dimensions. Who knows? As long as there are humans trying to conquer it, the mountain will continue to claim victims and keep its secrets close. Hi guys, thanks for watching. Do you think Everest hides darker secrets? Comment your theories below. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it with your friends. Please like and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next video.